Charlotte and I, we discussed, what are we looking for? What are the needs, and that will drive our research. We know that the language is integral to our cultural identity for our secondary learners. So we kind of, had some discussion around that, and then we sat down and said, okay, this is what I think this is what we should explore. What do they think about language? Do they think it's important? Do they have that language environment in their home? Do they have grandparents that are speaking the language? We just want to explore their environment and their belief system. And we just had a short survey of 10 questions, and it was really simple. And we knew that, there was little language, but we just didn't know what they thought about it.
They need their identity, and that's what they're telling us. And they're even writing down how we can help them, like to have more Cree in the hallway, and to have the elders say the word in Cree and then in English and then go back. Like that's what Barry was doing. He kept going back and forth, and the kids were so engaged.
Where the poles come out together at the top, it's like they're creating a nest picture. It also resembles a bird with its wings up. When it comes to land, and that's another teaching. The spirit coming to land with its wings up. The Indians examine people as this Indian Ahenakew. I used to know like a human being. A body, a jack, spirit, a little bit of God's will.
We have an elder in our community who's really he's a leader in his own way. He was a leader of the community at one point in time, and he speaks the language well, and he has some background, sharing the language and the culture, not only in this community but in other communities. So Emily was, it was her kind of idea to, get him involved in all of it.
Shaggy, if you just use shaggy, it would mean shaggy, shaggy, love him or love her. Yeah, just shaggy by itself. Shaggy. Shaggy. Or if you wanted to say I love you, shaggy. Yeah. Now your grandmother, your grandfather, your father, your mother, or your brother and sister, you could say, Kishagi, I love you. I love you. Kishagi. I know if you say that word to your kokum or your mushroom, they will turn around and say, Kishagi, or your mother, or your father. Yeah, Kishagi.
Those connections we made with the elders when we brought them in for elders' tea, and we brought them in to speak, to tell their stories. That's ours now. It's in the book. It's in the CD. It's with the kids. Those are memories that they'll take forever. They might not remember what they did in science on February 2nd, but for sure they're going to remember sitting with the elders in that gym, having tea with them, and discussing landmarks, stories that happened on our First Nation. Not in English, in our language, which makes it, I'm not saying it makes us any better, but it gives our kids a little more reason to hold their head high. That's all we want. We want our kids to flourish and learn their first language.
In the beginning, they were coming in late. The students were coming in late, and they're just like, "Oh, do I have to do this again?" Like you could just tell in their mannerisms. And then as we got to the second and the third one, they weren't late. They were there on time, and they were involved and asking questions, because whenever a question was asked, he'd stop. And it was just like they were hungry and they were eager and they wanted to learn more. And it was a wonderful thing to see, a great way of learning that our students experienced. And we did too, because we learned a lot. Because one day when we didn't have school, Diane and I sat with the elder, and he gave us a lot of inspiration too.
Mr. Ahenakew was sharing a story, say, of the origin, of our Cree ancestors, and he placed the Cree word on the chalkboard. And as he was doing that, he'd also share the meaning behind the word, the translation behind the word, and that the translation was always deeper. The meaning was always deeper. There was a spiritual component to that, and I think that methodology was really what had a profound impact with our students and ourselves. We became more engaged because there was meaning behind, the words. There was meaning behind the language. There was a meaning behind everything. So there's a deeper level of understanding that was experienced. If our teachers understand and experience that, their mindset changes, and and maybe that's what we need to do to bring that back into the classroom, because that's where it lies, as that teacher. If their philosophy changes, if their appreciation, is deepened, that can only benefit our students in terms of indigenizing our education system.
It would be beneficial if we had more of our First Nations schools and communities looking into it and actually doing it, because it's a very powerful tool to use, not only academic, but for me it was spiritual. And I got to know the high school students and got to know how wonderful they are and what they need. And it's our job as educators to give our kids what they need, and they need their language, they need their culture, they need their identity, and this is one strong, powerful tool, method that will help us to gain it back. They loved it, they're engaged, and they learned so much. I think we need to do this earlier. We need to start this type of teaching right from kindergarten, because that's how we were taught. That's how I was taught by my grandparents. Like they speak Cree, and my parents, and it's all because of the storytelling and the hands-on activities that we did, like hunting, fishing, and trapping. We did all that. I did all that, and that's what we need to incorporate into education, not into the curriculum. Because it is a powerful tool.
That drive to get our language back it's here. We need it. It's something that needs to be reignited very quickly, or else we're going to lose it. I often tell the kids, do we want to be dinosaurs with our language? Something to go extinct? And they're afraid too. And the best way to get that back, get that connection back, is through language. Many cultures throughout the world have lost their language, and it shows they're lost. Same with us, our kids are lost here. And it's all about being connected with your past, with your elders, with your family, with your community. That's what makes us unique. Any school out there, I encourage you, if you're a principal that does not know how to do things such as this, have the people that are around you, make your team strong. And it's for your community, it's for your kids, it's something you need to help rebuild now. If you procrastinate anymore, it's going to be too late. And now all you'll have is archives.